I mean, I'm happy to lead off then. Charlotte, just to start with, like it's the news of the last 24 hours, Shani Smail retirement. Can you just talk about sort of her legacy and sort of what she means to this group?
Yeah, I think Shani's obviously led the way for all of us since even when I started, and now this new group of girls that have come through. She's continued to inspire them all, and I think she's taught them so much around what it means to play for our team and the culture that we have, and to be a professional athlete and all that comes with it. So, while she refers to her as the matriarch of our group, and yeah, I think she just has always led really well, and I've always been super grateful to have her still in the side. Obviously, she captained me for the first three quarters of my career, pretty much. So to have her help and guide me in this phase of me captaining the side has been amazing.
Obviously, it's not like you need more motivation, but with her announcement, Dom's announcement, does that just sort of fuel the fire of, two people that you've shared this journey with? Let's make sure that goes out on a high and gets that gold medal.
Yeah, I think so. Like we'd obviously love for them to have the fairy tale finished, but I guess the Kiwis also have some of their like long-term star players retiring in Paris as well, so they probably have the same thought. But yeah, I think obviously Paris is going to be a pretty special games in so many ways, and there's a lot of players from all around the world that are finishing up in Paris, and hopefully we can, yeah, all just put on a really good show for Sevens rugby there.
So can you just talk about that sort of preparation in Montpellier, just sort of adjustment to the sort of the conditions, acclimatizing, what's sort of been the focus of this last sort of week block before you head into the village?
Yeah, we've been doing sort of like our last hard training block here. And then once we get into the village, we'll really freshen up, and I just get like the fine detail sorted when we're in there. But we trained against some local Montpellier men's players yesterday, which was really fun. Um, and it's pretty hot here. It's like 33 degrees most days when we're training, which I think is a bit hotter than what it would be in Paris. But um, yeah, I think training those conditions obviously helps a little bit and gets you acclimatized quicker.
It's testing yourself against guy sides. It's something what Walsh done throughout this program. I think he's done it with East and a couple other sort of teams. Just from a player's perspective, what do you get out of that different challenge and just sort of different reads that can possess?
Yeah, like we've obviously trained against East almost every week back in um, Australia, and I think it's just the speed of which boys can play at. They move faster, and the defensive reads and stuff are faster. So we have to really make sure that when we're doing our set piece or executing our attack, that it's really sharp. And then defensively, they just make us work a lot harder. So yeah, it's just always challenging, and I think hopefully that's sort of part of the reason that when we play on the World Series, it takes us to another level.
And just on Tim, like Tim, in terms of preparing a side, it's sort of unlike no other coach you've sort of seen in a long time. Can you just, from your perspective, just what sort of how he sort of approaches it in a different way? Just how's that sort of players feel about that? And one in particular, the one before Rio, where you sort of went down with a shoulder injury. Can you sort of go in from your perspective about just how that came about and what happened there?
Yeah, I think he obviously just wants us to be prepared for anything that might come our way when we get to the game. So he always just throws out random scenarios um, that possibly might happen. Like he might miss a warm up, someone gets injured. But we didn't have any fake injuries this year because we obviously had plenty of real ones. So I think we've been pretty resilient in that sense. But like the other day, we played some games against Brazil. Um, and I don't think it was on purpose, but we started warming up 15 minutes early. So then we had to kind of sit around as if there'd been like a delay in the game before. So I guess that was sort of a good preparation for real life scenarios that can come. And yeah, just like little things like that. He's been making us wear headgear with headphones in, and he has like this sound of the crowd booing us. Um, so that's been like his one this time round, just getting us used to communicating if we can't hear each other, whether that's with hand signals or just making sure that, yeah, we're all on the same page, even if we can't hear what each other is saying.
So can I just one more just on that Rio one in particular? Can you talk about just how that one came about, and I guess what was your reaction when you're seeing teammates in legitimate tears, looking, sort of watching you on the floor, thinking, "Oh my God, am I too good of an actor?"
Um, yeah, I think I felt kind of bad, I guess, after because some of the girls were really upset about it. But I was actually with Dom in the warm up when I pretended I hurt myself. So yeah, she was obviously one of my really good friends. So I felt really bad.
I'm gonna say, did you just have to make up to her straight away? Like, how long did you sort of string along on this process of, oh, my shoulder's hurt too. Oh wait, no, I'm fine.
Well, she made me go into the shed for the whole game they played, so it was quite a long time.
That's amazing. Just sorry, one last one for me. Just sort of on the sort of Olympic Village and how to sort of a lot of people and a lot of players in this team particularly haven't sort of had a what you consider a proper Olympics, no COVID, none of the sort of restrictions around it. As captain who has been there before in Rio, how do you go about just guiding them through it and just telling them sort of what to sort of expect with the pressure that comes with that?
Yeah, I think like so far they've been dealing really well with the like hype and pressure around it. Um, and like seem to be really focused on what we're doing. But we also have our sports psych, Michael Lloyd here, who's been a massive help around distractions and keeping everyone focused and in their bubble. So that's been really helpful. But yeah, obviously once we get there, we've got a few days where we won't be training as well. So there'll probably be a lot of time to get around the village and enjoy that part of it. And then once it gets to the back end of the week, we'll really start to focus and yeah, just stay together really tight. I think we'll make sure that we always go to the dining room and everything as a group, so we're really connected throughout the week. Um, but yeah, I think it's sort of hard to prepare you for sometimes. It's pretty crazy when you're like walking side by side with some of the superstars that will be in the village. But although they're young, they're really mature, and I think they'll handle it really well.
Great, thank you very much.
Cool, thank you.
Hi, Charlotte. I'm just wondering if you can talk about your expectations for the team and what it's going to take to recapture gold.
Yeah, obviously, we really would love to come home with a gold medal. But we know that's going to be really hard. There's lots of teams that um, want to do the same, and the opposition that we're going to face is really strong. So I think for us, it's just making sure that we focus on ourselves. All going to plan, we might get France in a semi-final, which I think will be amazing to play them at a home Olympics in front of a full house. It'll be pretty crazy, but an amazing experience nonetheless. So yeah, we're just going to keep focusing on ourselves and what we've been doing all season.
What would you say the biggest challenges are right now in the days ahead?
The biggest challenges, I think probably just entering the village and keeping everyone focused on our team and our goal. But yeah, we've been doing a lot of work around distractions and staying, um, yeah, on focus. So hopefully that's not a problem for us.
I was reading about Coach Walsh's "No Regret" anthem. Can you talk a little bit more about that, or what you're saying to the team to keep everyone focused and rally?
Yeah, I think it's the no regret to us is just we've obviously did prepared really well. We've prepared the best that we could have prepared. So there's nothing more that we could have done. So when we get out there, we just want to play without any fear, um, and have a good time and enjoy the moment that we get to spend all together as this team. And if we do that, we'll have a great result no matter what the outcome is.
And just lastly, can you talk about the pressure that comes with, coming into this as favorites and the expectations that people have of the team?
Yeah, I think we all know that it's such a special time for not just us, but Australian rugby to showcase our sport. The Olympics are the pinnacle of all sport, and for us to have the opportunity to represent rugby in Australia is something that we don't take lightly. And I think the girls are really excited to take on the challenge. But I just really hope that, yeah, they all perform the way that they can and get the result that they deserve because they've worked so hard over the last 3 years. And they're a really special group of girls that are capable of so much. So yeah, I'm just really looking forward to and excited to watching them play.
Is there anything else you'd like to add that we haven't asked?
No, I think that's all good. Thank you.
Thank you for taking the time. We appreciate it. Good luck.
No worries. Thank
Likewise.
you.
All the best, Charlotte. Thank you.